to the table. Most notably, we are not going to be seeing Corey playing on top of the Reyna. He'll be pulling the breach into the mix, so it'll be a solo operator jet for Baby Bay, which is what we typically have seen before. But on the opposite side, no breach. It's a double duelist for Kohler and Sam for the Phoenix and the Jet, respectively.
Yeah, it's pretty much standard stuff from NRG. I guess the more key change for FaZe Clan, they did this earlier too. Over the past couple of days, they've been playing Zachary on the Killjoy. He's going to be over on the Cypher. I think that's a smart change considering some of the openings that NRG were able to find on their attack. FaZe Clan are going to be the ones attacking first, and it's a fairly mixed bag as we went over for them, at least on their attacking halves. Mostly the damage is done on their defense, but they've had stuff like 2 and 5 rounds against Moon Raccoons, 3 and 1 against Grapefruit to finish out that game, 3 and 9 versus Gen G. For NRG on their defense, it's fairly standard 6 and 6, 5 and 7. I think FaZe Clan obviously want to get these rounds in first, get more than 4 so they don't get stuck on that number for a long period of time. They're actually going to be hitting B, which is completely open. It's going to be, at this point, Zachary just trying to lurk, but a lot of central posturing put in from the attacking side of FaZe Clan.
And Daps is just sitting in his camera right now, just trying to find as much information as possible. He will see Zach. Will he actually tag him? Won't get a chance. Both cameras will be either taken away or deleted. Daps now peeking mid-map. He will be tagged low. Updraft coming through with the flashpoint to help assist it. Maybe they will find first blood. EU in a world of trouble right here. Wants to try to get into the safety of a Cloudburst, but runs instead into the right click of Baby Bay. And as Corey's able to win the other battle on top of site, this will be a 5v2 with the spike planted for a post-plant situation for FaZe.
Someone's found an opening. He's actually found 2, but the issue is that FaZe Clan know exactly where he is. Got 2 players playing on either side of the site, just trying to peek him carefully, but it's more the positioning of Raucus on this left-hand corner that I'm more concerned about. Someone's actually going to dash out. That's a really nice kill. But FaZe Clan were watching all of the other angles. Nice attacking round for them. The nice push across mid. Baby Bay finding those openings and opportunities. He gets 3 kills. And it seems that NRG aren't looking to contest them with their economy just yet.
Okay, though, Sam.
It was nice,
Brilliant
wasn't it?
Shots coming through. That was a hell of a 3rd kill as well. And that's the only play it available. I get he's just making the agent look so fluid. It's a brilliant tailwind. It's the only chance he had was to isolate 1 kill and maybe try to find another, but the numbers were just too much. So FaZe Clan with a successful plant and a successful pistol will be able to purchase, and like you mentioned, NRG will not. So it's going to be down to what do you do here differently for NRG? Do you just try to full stack something? Looks like they actually maybe want to contest mid-map as Marved is down low. You also have Raucus nearby, and as soon as this dark cover comes through, that'll be the go call, but unfortunately, it doesn't really find much success for NRG fans, as Raucus will find 3 and FaZe Clan will clean up no problem.
It's always the rounds that FaZe Clan win end up being very fast. They're just a very fast-paced team. Quick 2-0 on the first 2 rounds of this half. NRG going to be buying up. Som is 1 away from having a Blade Storm, same as Baby Bay. I don't think that's going to be inherently a win condition or a focus from either team at this point, but still worth considering. I think there's less reliance on Corey coming in on this map because he's not playing on the duelist, but he still has to show up. It's really integral that he has a strong performance. Baby Bay at least leading by example.
Set play for EU and Effie's won't find much value as they were maybe considering peeking over through A Archway, but they'll back away. A number of FaZe Clan members were nearby, but nothing will occur with this, and it really just comes down to the Aldrone finding information. It'll only see Sam, as ducking underneath was Kohler, but maybe actually Kohler was figured out as Marv will find the kill on the angle. You also see a ping that was there, so it didn't look like the Aldrone found much, but it absolutely does. And as Corey takes down EU in front of the A site, now it's another 5v3, big numbers advantage for FaZe.
NRG gonna try and sort of reset. FaZe Clan haven't done too much with their attacking half just yet, other than getting those 2 kills, of course. Seems that they're gonna be moving over to A, going through tree. Someone's gonna be watching from this angle to see people come through. He tries to get 1, but the spray doesn't quite get the headshot. Daps is nowhere near to stop this execute from going down, and the retake is going to be near on impossible. Never a great start for FaZe Clan, but still 4-0. I'm kind of worried.
Right? I was about to say it if you didn't. as soon as Zaps gets taken down here, depending on how many he finds. Okay, wait a second. He's got himself 3, and if he gets away for a reload, he had Corey down to 1 shot. That is a punishing round as Daps is able to clean up a lot, and it's just another small instance, and I hate to nitpick it over criticize, but that's just a round that you have to just win more cleanly. If you're Faze, you get the first 4 flawlessly. You cannot allow Daps to do stuff like that, but going into this next round, NRG still with those kills will not be able to purchase, and yeah, this should be another 4-0, but if history has told us anything in the last 2 maps, that might not be good news.
Just win cleanly, Forehead.
Yeah, just shoot better.
I think Faze are looking for a coat, so you might as well apply with that kind of spouter knowledge. NRG going to be a bit of a mixed bag. Someone's going to bring out the Blade Storm to try and bolster it up a little bit. Faze Clan not really doing too much to begin with, playing very passively, seeing if NRG tried to push aggressively on the extremities on this map. Cole's considering it on B main, as is the Omen for NRG. The guns aren't really going to support all that much. Cole might actually get caught out here trying to fight the camera. Zachary almost peeks off of it, but he survives. He's going to back out, and FaZe Clan are actually going to chase up right after him.
Marv has to keep consideration mid-map and towards A, so he'll sit here and likely throw out a couple of dark covers, maybe even a paranoia, just to try to bait the rotation of NRG to stay at A while this hit will come out to B. And pretty cleanly, there's no utility here whatsoever. So as Baby gets a cloud burst out, curveball comes through. And unfortunately, oh, actually, no, Kohler does take down Zach. I'm about to say, Zach is able to sneak on through. How about that shot from Sam? So now an opportunity for a thrifty round as Kohler and Sam continue to find more. They don't just get the thrifty, Ryan. They'll do it flawlessly.
Perfect play. Sam actually showing up when he needed to. I guess that's the benefit of having a double duelist is maybe if Kohler has a quiet period, Sam could show up. That's the concern I have with FaZe Clan's composition. Like, Corey can still do damage on the breach, sure, but you're an initiator. It's more about setting your team up than setting yourself up. But that is the key thing, because the Rolling Thunder is in play for Corey. It's just not going to be really useful for this round. FaZe are going to be calling a tactical timeout very early on in this game yet again. I'm not really sure what they're planning to do on this round, but they're not really working the extremities hard enough. It's very passive. It's very T1-esque on just waiting NRG to come to them on the defense and play aggressively. They had a pretty open execute onto the B site, but that's because NRG let them. That's a round that they shouldn't lose, and the tactical timeout is probably just giving them a rollicking at this point. Like, we should not have lost that.
Yeah. But potential to regain. You can still full purchase if you're FaZe. They're going to just have Baby going to a Blade Storm for this next round. So even though NRG have picked up free rifles, this is not by any means going to be a safe second potential round on the board for them here in round 5. And with the ultimates that are also available, FaZe actually hold a bit of an advantage here because it's not just the Blade Storm, it's also the Rolling Thunder, which Corey has been very successful with finding efficiency with.
Baby Bay's not going to buy up with the Blade Storm, you're right. It's just making a play from this. They also are close to having those 2 ultimates. But it kind of ties into what I mentioned before, really. This is a very long tactical timeout. A lot of stuff has been said at this point. But it also will just give opportunities for NRG to sort of go, okay, this is sort of working. We know how we can play around this. And NRG know that these orbs are going to be hotly contested. EU's ready to go with a shock dart. They're going to fight tooth and nail for this.
Bloodstorm early. Fault line coming through. That'll push everybody at the paranoia, I believe, also, though, was sent through.
Lots of utility.
A lot of utility just for the ultimate orb, but it does give them the Hunter's Fury, so an extra tool for FaZe Clan as they go through the rest of this round.
It's what they do with it now. I thought they'd put a bit more pressure on A, but considering the fight that already happened, NRG have 3 people stacked over there. They aren't going to put some pressure on mid. I don't know if it's going to force a rotation away from NRG, but it does force up the Aldron on A. It isn't going to find too much. They are going to split across A cubby. The issue is they're all lined up. Effie doesn't have that paranoia. That would have been a key bit of utility for that engagement. A smoke is good to go. FaZe Clan are lining up. The rolling for them might be the opening to start it up.
And now you're looking at Baby to try to push forward. Tailwind will go over through Garden. Breaks through the glass. Effie's is going to hear this. Updraft up top. Everyone should know where Baby is positioned right now, and the fact that NRG have stayed alive is actually not bad, but Corey will find 1 kill, and with that, the spike planted, still holding backside A. Arch, mind you, is Raucous with the Hunter's Fury to potentially come out. So for NRG, you need to start getting some kills and getting them quickly to try to force out some extra time for you to get on. And as they continue to try to spam through the woodworking of the Heaven Railway, they're not able to get much of anything whatsoever. And now Corey will make life extra hard as he's able to shut the door and bait out more. Aftershock set up top. Corey still trying to hold on to an angle. Curveball coming through. This has to be the hit for NRG, but it's still just too slow. And Rockets finds kills and no hope for NRG to get onto site.
I don't really know. So NRG played really well just backing off, making sure that the Rolling Thunder didn't hit them. They had a really good read on the plan that FaZe Clan tried to put. It was very straightforward what FaZe Clan were trying to do, but NRG read it all the same. The execute still worked out well. Corey was able to sort of break onto the site. There was only one player on NRG there. I'm just not sure if NRG were considering saving. The good side of it, I suppose, more than anything, is that FaZe Clan used everything afterwards. The Rolling Thunder was used very early on. The Blade Storm from Baby Bay. The Hunter's Fury that Raucus just picked up was unnecessary right at the end. So NRG are going to be quite happy that Ultimates got used up and the fact that they were able to get their first kill. They're in a 4 versus 3 immediately. Great response from them.
Kohler stole to run it back to potentially use if this round gets dicey. He's currently over towards B at the moment, which is the opposite direction of this opening engagement. And for a moment, it would have been opposite where the spike is, but Raucus is going to walk this over towards B to join up with his teammate of Zach, who's still holding onto a camera mid-map, just to see if anyone's going to peek. But you have to find some way to finesse with a limited amount of utility here if you're FaZe Clan, if you want to find a way even onto a spike site right now.
It's a very aggressive camera set up on B main, as you can see. Zachary isn't quite sure how aggressive facing NRG are going to be. The answer is not really. In fact, they've been letting this B site open up quite a decent amount, playing off of the site and just playing retake at this point. Daps is going to make sure that Zachary's camera is shut down. The position in the caller hasn't been given away, but he kind of scuffs the first shot. Zachary finds an opening. Daps is now going to try and poise himself on the site. Does get flashed, his position given up, and fault lined. And FaZe have found an opening.
Getting caught by the fault line was just a little bit of insult onto injury, but Effie's finds a pick. So now it's a 2v2, but Sam has to work forward with an operator, and you've got Corey holding an angle over towards Logs. There's the peek, though the tailwind will bait out the shots. Now Corey trying to go to the classic, has to also go to the reload, and Raucus, he'll be able to save a life and do one better as he finds the final kill. FaZe Clan able to put themselves up 5-1.
Did I see? Oh, not quite. I thought FaZe Clan were 4-0 up at a moment, and then NRG took that round. Like a curse has been lifted. But that was really good from FaZe Clan with how they played around it. But more so, NRG, Kohler missing those shots really changed how that map was going. Some really nice utility to catch up Dapsto, who wanted to be a bit more aggressive, tried to push forward past the breach's flashpoint, got hit by all of the utility at that point, and it was an easy cleanup for FaZe Clan that could take the round from then on out. A lot of ultimates for NRG. The run it back is going to be used very early on mid. FaZe Clan going to give it the distance.
And again, it's just another early run it back that Kohler is not going to find a lot of value with. He's at least able to deny the mid-map for FaZe Clan, which will in turn force out a lot of abilities for them to get into the middle of the map safely. It just, is it worth it? Ultimate for a couple of smokes, maybe a flash or two? I don't know. I'll let you at home decide, but for now, NRG will just have the run it back. That was their furthest forward pressure, as they will once again stay pretty passive across the map.
It is that pattern, though, of using the ultimate early, but also using it centrally in the map. I guess it's if you use it coming out of B, FaZe Clan immediately run A. They take that opportunity to break on through. Might be another reason why the Kohler couldn't get much done, because he couldn't do much in mid, because there is no mid on bind. The FaZe find that opening. Kohler can't really do much. This is looking very similar to how bind went at this point for FaZe Clan, who are feeling pretty good about themselves. There is a Hunter's Fury and a Neural Theft for NRG, but it's whether they try and face up Paranoia for Effie's is going to be available. He is looking the wrong way, but EU, the Recon Bolt might actually catch out a lot of information, but he's going to be sort of put out of it already. Oh, it's a lot of utility yet again, but Effie's gets the first frag. Gets two!
Oh, and he gets a second, and EU's there for the third. So now that EU's got information on the trap wire, he has to go to the classic as he runs out of ammunition and unfortunately cannot win the battle. So FaZe Clan will get the spike planted. And it'll be a 1v2 from here on out, and Daps is going to make the play up top this time around. Does have a spy cam to play with. This comes down to how many angles can he actually clear with it. And at what point do you commit to actually dropping off this high ground in which Faze Clan is directly below you? He's done well to clear out a lot of space so far. And as he's just going to go right on through, Baby was ready for it. He'll find his third kill in the round, and Faze Clan will continue to build their cushion, up now 5 total rounds.
It's been a close series so far, but at the same time, it's been very one-sided, is the best way to describe how this has gone. 2 very one-sided games portrayed in either side for NRG and Faze Clan so far. So the fact that Faze Clan is 6-1 up definitely concerns me if you're NRG. Neither team really been that good at trading out rounds to keep it close. One usually takes a run in, then the other eventually tries to overtake them back. NRG not having good money here. Going to be pushed up aggressively on A. Corey's going to be watching him at least. And some, seeing if there's anybody hiding in that smoke, but Faze Clan playing passive and for the most part seems to be working out.
It's a big round for NRG. And with that, how do they really want to try to play this? You see the forward camera that's already through will actually allow Kohler to move up, but Baby is trying to watch this with an operator, and as the camera is deleted, Kohler will hold his position just inside B main. But how about the play on the other side of the map? Sam is actually pushed forward. He finds a kill on Marv and is able to back away, but unfortunately cannot salvage the weapon, so still on pistols for NRG.
In fact, they're going to double down on a bit of this aggression. Look at where Kohler is playing on B. Zachary is considering pushing that way. The mid door is closed. NRG a little bit paranoid that space has been given up on mid. Even though that tripwire has not been broken, this A split coming in yet again, and the amount of utility that comes out of Faze Clan from Tree especially is rather concerning. But the fact that they're all stacking up on A main, they are going to clear out this corner there where Som is. He's going to have to try and take a step back, but he gets killed in the process. 4v4 as this execute comes in, and it's just a Silver to try and stop him.
And EU going to be tagged down to 1 shot, and that is nope, not the shock dart you were looking for. So now all of a sudden, Faze Clan, with 4 members surviving, it's going to have to be down to Kohler to make something happen, and he will be denied by Baby up top. So with that, it's just down to 2. No need to save here if you're NRG, but maybe looking to instead offer to play for exits instead of an actual full retake, as Effie's is holding the same angle that Kohler was in just a minute ago. But again, you figure that an exit is not going to be through Garden or through Tree. It's likely going to be over to A long. So you got to find kills on the cross. If you're Daps, he can't find anything. And Faze Clan up now 7-1.
Do we have a replay of that moment? That's all I'm curious about. Unfortunately, we don't. I am heartbroken. My day is ruined. EU, more like E-oof. That was not really that bad considering that NRG's buy wasn't major. If it happened in this round, that's even more of a problem. 3 ultimates to go. A Blade Storm available for some. Faze Clan could be ending this round with a big advantage. 3 ultimates of their own, very close to having a rolling thunder, and Baby is going to actually do even more damage to NRG at this point.
Oh, man. This has gone from bad to worse for NRG. This is a gun round that you need to be... You need to take. You need to win this round. You cannot allow Faze Clan to be looking at a potential 8-4. Maybe beyond that, likely maybe even a 9-3, but Daps is able to bounce back, find 1 kill that was onto Corey, who was holding the spike, but as EU tries to cherry pick through mid, he will also fall. So the neural threat will be committed off of this. Faze Clan looking to commit to A. They know that they've got Effie's completely trapped. He does have a Phantom to swap to. It just comes down to who's actually going to chell him here. Recon Bolt will be denied. Marv considering it, but will still just stay very safe for the time being, and as he peeks, he will come away with the kill. Daps was only good for 1, and now leaves Kohler to a 1v3 situation. He's given up his position. Shock darts will be spammed to his direction just to try to keep him more passively sitting, but it's Bebe who finishes the kill, and now Faze Clan on 8, but looking even prime to take number 9 here, as NRG will once again likely be on a save.
NRG looking so out of it. Kohler 2-8. They need a Christmas miracle in early November at this point. It's just so difficult going into a point where 8-4 would be really, really good for NRG at this point. But the fact that they can't buy might mean that it's more likely 9-3 in a best case scenario. Ultimates are out. NRG are taking attack pause. It might be just a case of force out a bit of a buy. You could see that FaZe is considering the Guardian. They have 4 ultimates. They can make a play off of this, and really FaZe Clan having the Rolling Thunder is the only thing to really concern themselves with at this point. Then again, Mavda has been tricky with the From the Shadows so far in this series. It's just you need to find some kind of play here, try to stop what FaZe Clan are doing. And really all FaZe Clan are doing is taking space later on into a round and then burning them with utility onto the executes. If they could just play a proper retake, they've not really had the opportunity to go for a defuse at this point. It's just been deathmatchy from FaZe Clan.
Hold on, pause will come through. Round will start up, and it looks like NRG will not be trying too much that's cheeky. They're going to actually Bladestorm Paranoia push through A long. Nobody was there. And with that, NRG are going to take this trio, break the door, and then look to turn their attention mid-map.
Let's see how the change for NRG has come in. A bit more of an aggressive stance from NRG, trying to updraft into mid. They've certainly been putting a lot more pressure on mid than FaZe Clan have. But they're really concerned that mid is exploitable by the attacking team. It's not really come into play all that often. We've got 2 people stacked at tree, a more contentious area so far in this game. But FaZe Clan are taking it slow. First 40 seconds have been relatively tame. And NRG just trying to posture and augment the site as much as they possibly can.
Looks to be a design to hit mid and B simultaneously. Dark cover will be set forward. Spy cam check for Daps. Won't see anybody, at least initially. Kohler's going to try to take a challenge here. Timing is everything. He's able to get a nice curveball, but can't confirm the kill. It really doesn't even secure that much damage.
Oh, they missed him.
Thunder now going to come through, but it misses Kohler. Has an opportunity maybe to hold off on this. Hunter's Fury defensively for EU. Going to find some damage, and beyond that also keeps the push from fully committing. 20 seconds. Kohler going to be flushed out from the boathouse. Sob, he's good for 2 through the cloudburst. Are you kidding? Now it's down to FaZe Clan with limited amount of time and not having favorable numbers. What do you do here? You don't want to give away weapons, and with no time to plant, they're just going to back away, tuck tail, and run. Beautiful hold for NRG.
Spike doesn't get planted. That is going to be a bit of an economic hit for FaZe Clan, but the fact of the matter is they've won so many rounds in a row. Wouldn't surprise me if they're capped out at this point. It's not going to impact them much at all. NRG, for the first time in 5 rounds, are able to pick up another defensive round. Picking up the rest of these is not only key, it's life-saving at this point. You would either be playing LG or Beast Coast. I think Beast Coast are 1-0 up. LG are a very scary team. And FaZe Clan are doing their best to avoid that engagement as much as possible. Baby Base showing up yet again with the operator. 15-4. Kohler missing way too many shots for the caliber of player that he's supposed to be.
A lot of utility. Actually, the entire kit of Zach is tossed out through B main. Aldrone for FaZe will try to clear up middle. I'm not going to see too much as NRG will, again, default stack with 3 players at A, 2 over towards B. And as they're recognizing that there could be some mid-presence, E will back away to try to help consider the middle of the map. And for FaZe Clan, with just From the Shadows to play with here, you just wonder what is it going to be for the execute call.
They are so scared of being pushed on mid. It was Kohler as well on that last round, was facing as much as he could on B main where Som got the 2 kills. He just kept checking mid. He was so terrified that somebody was going to come through and mark it. But this is really the only first time that FaZe Clan have stepped beyond in this territory. The operator in the hands of Baby Bay is slowly making its way through, and Effie's bringing out the ultimate just to scout some information. I think, frankly, by the time that becomes useful, it's old. The Eldron now coming in onto mid. It's going to see quite a lot, and FaZe Clan now exploiting this space that NRG have been letting up.
30 seconds left.
Oh, so this is interesting. Baby Bay's going to sit here mid to try to see if he can catch somebody rotating, of which he's going to take down EU. Now with that kill over to A, is that enough for FaZe Clan to say, let's go ahead and hit this? Daps, though, he's going to find 1 through the dark cover. Make it a second. Som picks up a 3rd time, again becoming a problem. And FaZe Clan on the outside with no spike. We'll just have to back away.
Ooh, Zachary gets shot in the back by FEs. Sneaky. 3-8 now for NRG. They really are ending this half strong at least, but you still tend to feel that the damage is already done. Baby Bay is going to be saving up the operator going into this last round. Money is more than fine for them. These ultimates have slowly been used up by NRG. Not too much to go, other than that from the shadows from Marv. Wonder how or if it's going to be used at this point. Some really nice play from Daps in that position, and especially with Faze almost exploiting mid control all the way to defender spawn.
Yes, this should do.
How big of a bounce back would these last 3 rounds be if NRG can find a way to grab this 12th round? FaZe Clan still in a position where they could contest the final round of the half. But Sam with an operator up top. One of the first times we really get a chance to see him, maybe for an operator battle, as Baby's in the same area with him. Flashpoint coming through. This is looking like a FaZe Clan wanting to go very quickly. Marv is going to connect with the TP. How do you miss that if you're EU? Now Daps needs to find a couple, and he does. More around the corner. Baby will punish. And FaZe Clan, as they lose Marv over the middle of the map, will be in a 2v2, but with a post-plant setup that they can at least have in their favor.
Ooh, Kohler only needs to get 1 kill, and he's got run it back. That could be big here, but Baby Bay is watching Raptors, where both these players are coming from. That shock that is actually going to get no damage in, actually, onto Effie's, who's going to be the first to stop breakthrough. Operator shot misses. Kohler's trying to get the spray in. Effie's brings it down to a 2 versus 1. 1v1 now with Raucus. The flash has to be good. It's a nice little curve from Kohler, but Raucus wins that fight. Kohler has been falling apart this half. It's not been good from him. 3-9 to FaZe Clan.
Oh, what an opportunity that's missed there for NRG. And now all of a sudden you go onto the offense, and again, we've talked about the fact that this map has been a bit of a mixed bag, but for NRG, the results are just kind of hard to determine statistically, you know, what exactly has been good or bad for them, as they have only played the map 3 different times. The thing here about FaZe Clan, though, is that they do play a better defense than they do offense. And they had a 13-3 win versus Grapefruit Techniques just recently. So the improvements that we've seen from FaZe Clan have been great, but do NRG have what it takes to not just steal this pistol away, but put together just as good, if not better, of an offensive half that FaZe Clan just came off of?
That camera's going to get all of the information in the world from Zachary. The paranoia used early, and there are players off the site completely. Zachary's at least able to get that first blood. Sommer's made his way onto the site. He's played very close. He's going to maybe contest them very closely on this right side, but decides against it.
Oh, look at all the information off the recon bolt to come through. The spike is trying to be stuck here for NRG, but FaZe are already here to contest this on the post plant setup. Baby not going to see a kill. Will back up. They're going to clear through B main. They know that NRG are 100% all on the site. Spam shots are actually great from Corey, but can't confirm the kill. So now 1 more flashpoint left, plus a fault line to come through. Everyone stays safe. Baby finds 1 kill. He finds himself a second. Now looking for number 3. Effie's is good for 1, but needed to find a handful more, and FaZe Clan will get a pretty clean retake.
Such an awkward one for NRG. The execute was good. It was all from that information that Zachary had with the camera, seeing all those players. It forces out NRG to execute with a paranoia a bit early. FaZe just avoided that trap completely, played around it. And even with a couple of nice shots from players like FTs, it was a good one. Baby Bay, though, Frenzy works out quite a lot. He's not going to have it with him for this one. 19-6. Saving up for the operator yet again. NRG Force. This is do or die for them, because if they lose it, they have to save. FaZe Clan go on to match point, and it just has to be perfect from then on out. NRG have not shown up at all on this half. Seems to be another pause in. I don't think it's going to be another tactical, considering we've already had one on each side at this point. But I think NRG certainly want to be using this opportunity to talk about how they're going to approach this, because it's going to be tough.
And it's one of those things that I agree with the call. If you're going to play for the win, you have to force here. You just have to. You save, you're on 3-11. Do you really feel like you're going to make that full comeback happen with a more normalized half after losing a pistol in the follow-up? I don't know. It's a tough decision to make, but I think it's the correct one. As we do go to the unpaused state, it's going to be all 5 players with SMGs, 4 of them Stingers, 1 a Spectre. And it just comes down to, can NRG catch FaZe Clan off guard? You hear the Ares beating beyond, as that's going to be up the middle of the map, but Marv playing very close forward might get caught off here as he's got Corey with him, playing a tight corner. Baby Bay, though, is able to find 1 and 2. It's all gone wrong. Baby Bay holds down the trigger, and the bullet hose finds 3 kills. Spike on the ground. Faze Clan surely will be on 11.
Daps lurking on B on his own. He struggles to get one at this point. Daps has been great across this map, but we could get a few more. It's looking interesting. He's low on health. Raucous, make sure that, much like the rest of this map, the NRG can't get anything for free. And NRG money is pretty much done. This is looking like GG's at this point unless something incredible happens.
Double Ares being called out here for the moment for Faze Clan for both Corey and Zach. That's interesting to keep in mind, and NRG are actually going to make the decision to force up once more. Baby Bay has the Blade Storm ready, so he's just going to go into full armor and likely hit the blades out immediately. There they are. Flashpoint coming through. Baby Bay's trying to find kills with this. He gets 1, 2, Zachary the third, and send him down to the loser's bracket. That may have been last legs there for NRG. Faze Clan on match point.
And there's very little that NRG can do to stop it. Now the buy has to come in. The Vision Strikers play as I ever see it. The Flash, Baby Bay coming through, and NRG weren't really expecting it. And then again, we haven't seen Faze Clan really pull that out at all so far this series. Feels more like style pods to at least give tribute to it, I suppose, more than anything. But I think that just kind of shows how NRG are really struggling on this attack. They look uninspired more than anything. It's just a case of Faze kind of work out what they're doing within the first 5 to 10 seconds, posture themselves in a certain position and set play. And Baby Bay will just get first blood like that. It's done.
It's over. It would be insane for them to find 9 rounds in a row, and this being one of them. Good flashpoint coming through. Marv's able to find one, but EU for a trade. Raucous is going to find a kill. Meanwhile, over through Garden. So this is a 2v3 situation for NRG. They do have it from the shadows to work with, but Effie's is down to underneath 50 health, and that's going to make life extremely difficult considering that Faze Clan, I believe, is fully healthy all the way through.
From the shadows is going to teleport across to B. If Baby Bay can actually catch this rotating Sova, if EU gets caught out here, that's going to be pretty difficult. Baby Bay is reading this like a book. Are they going to expect him in that position? They are all up to the new lad Effie's in a 1 versus 3. Nobody's near the site, so he can try and make a play here, but the Paranoid is going to give up his position. Teleports into the smoke that disappears. Oh, this is looking awful.
That's not going to happen. Zach will clean things up, and let's be honest, this has been a headache of a couple of weeks for Faze Clan. Last 4 days especially have been a bit all over the place, but they do go through NRG to